man, She the Jeweler, man, from To The Point Podcast, man. I got my guy, right? This is my guy. To me, it's family, right? But the y'all's the infamous Teefy Bay, man.
You already.
What's up, man? Saleh? What's up, my guy?
What it do?
Oh man, it's been a long time coming, man. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
yeah.
You know we've been, we plugged in. So
Absolutely.
I always knew we was gonna do it. The thing was when, you feel me?
Facts.
So first of all, welcome home, my guy.
I appreciate it.
How I feel, man, to get out the beast, man. Out the belly of the
Oh
beast.
man, it's a relief, man.
Huh?
It's a relief.
Fucking right, it's a relief.
You know what I mean?
We've been down before.
Yeah.
It ain't the first rodeo, right?
Yeah.
So, what was different this go round in the last? Like, what you do different?
I mean, I've never been upstate or nothing.
Right.
Only did county bid, so.
Right.
And I ain't been locked up in so long before this last joint.
Okay.
So it was like a whole new experience, a whole new type situation. You know what I mean? Getting dug in.
And you was in the big house.
Yeah, I was in the feds and shit.
United States versus.
Yeah.
That shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the top of the top of the top of the top.
Top
you don't get no bigger than that. You know, they go get people from different countries.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
What I'm saying?
You run into the real deal criminals.
Real deal criminals and real deal, you know, prosecutors that really don't give a fuck about you and that's really trying to lock your black ass up.
I'm talking about
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll put you in a room inside of a room.
God damn.
You know what I mean?
So how'd you maintain? You did a nickel, right?
I did 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Rounded off to a nickel.
Yeah.
What you spend most of your time doing this time when you was up there? What did you busy yourself with?
I mean, I ain't do no working out. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I was exercising my brain though.
Good,
you know what I'm saying? Exercising my brain, you know what I'm saying, with the religion, with, you know, real estate classes, with financial classes, you know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? Just to enhance, you know, myself when I get back out.
Yeah, you come out.
You know what I'm saying?
Out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So basically, you was preparing yourself to come out here, touch down, and run like you're doing.
Absolutely. Got to prepare myself for the, you know what I mean, the real society. You know what I'm saying?
Good money. And the people, right, you wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put you on, I'm going to start from the top of the food chain. You're a CEO,
right,
owner of a record label, independent record label.
Right.
In the city called Do4Self, right? Do4Self has had a lot of, and always had a lot of great talent.
Right.
One of them being my son.
Absolutely.
Right? Nizzy, little Nizzy, right?
Absolutely.
We had Rocky under the umbrella.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People know you for that.
Right.
They also know you for some other things.
Yeah.
You know, SP Goon or Meat Mills Goon or whatever they call it.
Yeah, right? That's some made up media shit.
Yeah, the media shit, right?
Yeah.
I want to get into the CEO, the record label tip, right?
Right.
What inspired you to form a record label?
I mean, just, you know, taking advantage of opportunities, man, seeing that guys around the way and people from the city of Philadelphia really ain't never have an independent company. You always had rap groups.
Right.
Major Figures, State Property, Ram Squad,
right.
So forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? They never had an actual label. They always just had rap groups.
Right.
So I wanted to be, you know, different coming on the scene.
Right.
That's why I wasn't rapping at first. Because I wanted to wear the CEO hat, formulate a real business structure for the artists in the city. You know what I'm saying?
So it was basically a put on, you trying to put, you know, the city's a hub for talent, right?
Right.
And a lot of different states that, you know, that ain't from here.
Right.
They always sort of reaching their hand in and grabbing somebody from here.
Yeah.
and you basically trying to.
And they had that format
Right.
as labels and things like that.
Yeah, and we didn't really have it like you said.
Nah.
Outside of, we go back. I can remember two, but it was way back, and I can remember one that was before all our time.
Philadelphia International.
There you go, Kenny Gamble.
Kenny Gamble, yeah. So that's the model I took after. But they was dealing with goddamn R&B singers and stuff, not really with rappers. You know what I'm saying?
But then I'm gonna bring this though.
Yeah.
LG, Lawrence Goodman.
Lawrence Goodman, but
he
he signed them to different companies though.
Oh,
Hilltop Hustlers and all that. He was like a production company, but he still got his talent signed to other
so
companies.
It still wasn't a certified
independent
label, so to speak.
It wasn't independent.
Oh, it wasn't independent.
Right.
All right, that's what I
You feel what I'm saying? Right. So OG, which is really like a relative to me through my father. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's how I knew who you was talking about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was out Winfield and all that. They had Cool C, Study B, and all them boys, the youngsters and all them.
We had Incredible Tab.
Yeah.
Jack Frost now.
Right. So they still wasn't independent. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be 100% independent with my movement. That's why I was Do4Self.
So you was trying to basically set a precedent that was never here.
Never here.
Good money. And I'm going to say this here, right? You really do a heck of a good job. And which brings me to my next question, right? Mm-hmm. You had, like I said, my son, Lil Nizzy.
Right.
Lil Nizzy succumbed to a tragedy about 5 years ago. He was, shot and paralyzed, right? In the middle, in the peak of his career, I would say, right? And my guy K Dot,
right?
Shortly after, K Dot, shout out to K Dot and Nizzy, right? Succumbed to a tragedy, right? And where I'm going at is this, right? Was those things that kind of influenced your choice to pick the mic up and start rapping, sort of like take the baton and run? Or was it just always something that you planned on doing after you got them situated?
It was always a plan, but it just enhanced it. It made it come quicker, made me jump on it even faster. But it always was a plan because I always knew how to, make music, record, because that's why I was even coaching them how to make music when we was in the studio, how to make songs.
You already
had the ability to know how to do it. That's why I even started the label and everything else. Like, I ain't coming to this joint, you know what I'm saying, half cop, so to speak.
You had some knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
So when did you start yourself rapping and knowing how? When did you know that you can rap?
Probably like 15.
15?
Yeah, I was like 15. I was in a juvie joint. I was down Texas, booked for 2 years. Right. And I used to, write raps. I used to battle niggas from like Chicago and shit like that. Like the staff member put a beat on, have us rapping against each other and all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
you was then. I remember you was giving me an account back when before Siegel popped off, and I was in at the time, but they always talk about Cousin E's, right?
Cousin
M, excuse me. I'm sorry.
I wasn't that Cousin M joint though. Oh, I was too young to go to Cousin M. They used to have like younger parties for us, but when Macklin was rapping at Cousin E, I wasn't never there. Right. I got Mac the Rat in the pool hall that was right up the street. Okay. He battled Simon One Punch Car artist. Okay. His name was Truck. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Vaughn, that's his real name, Vaughn, but Truck lived right across the street from me on a little block called Wilder Street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He used to be hype. Like
Was he hot?
he was alright. He just was a rapper. Like
Okay.
I ain't gonna say he was hot. He wasn't hot, but he just was a rapper at the time. And you know,
So my
Beans.
joint with that let me interject this, was the pool hall like a hub for rappers to hang around, or they just was a pool hall?
It was a hub for just street niggas getting off the corner when it was hot. You know what I'm saying? The police tipping out, so everybody go to the pool hall, shoot pool, play games and shit like that, and just fall back.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
So this particular night they had to be there.
It was there.
Battle up Beanie and my man.
Yeah, because I heard Beans talking to Bogey Sue. And Speedy Saline. Speedy got killed by the cops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they Mac talking to them, Beans talking to them. Like, yeah, you know, I'll be rapping, you know what I'm saying? I'm on some shit.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, and I was air hustling on the young boy tip. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being grown and shit. Jumped in their conversation. Damn, you rap, this nigga rap over here, he think he hot too.
Yeah, go at it.
Go ahead and have a battle. So Mac killed him.
See
that right there spurred into, you know, him doing a song with Murder Mill probably like a day or two later, because the guys that was there was my man Crack,
right.
Joey Crack. He got the Rec 6 shit. You know what I'm saying? The clothing line now. And Crack went and told Big Hot McClinton, like, yo, tell MU, you know what I mean? You know, Beans rapping, him and Murder did a joint. Right. They did the Ike Mill and Bean joint.
I remember that.
So they pressed up CDs after that, and that shit just caught fire.
Caught fire.
And you know, probably like a week or two later, Beans was signed to Rockefeller.
So all that was Brent. That's the
but Beans was already rapping, like he was already hot. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But that shit just
series of events happened like
it got Beans known to be super fire and hot in South Philly in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, his homies been knew he probably rapped like Fool and all them, his brother and all them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as far as us, the younger guys that was teenagers, we ain't know he rapped because he used to just write on walls with us and shit. We used to be tagging up, shit like that. He'd come through, throw his shit up. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But for the most part, nobody knew he rap and was good as a motherfucker.
Shout out Brisk too, man.
Yeah.
So I spoke a little bit about my son getting paralyzed, right? And I want to get a little deep now, right?
Right.
Because the gun violence, right? It like affects. All right, I'm gonna say like this here, right? When I was coming up, sure, it was gunplay, it was murders, it was all that, right? But I never lived to see it as plentiful as I see it today, right?
Right.
To the point where it has reached almost every other person's household, whether guys dead, paralyzed in the penitentiary, behind the guns, right? Touched me up, touched plenty of friends of mine up, including yourself.
Right.
You were tested by Allah when you was incarcerated.
Right.
By the demise of a son.
Right.
Same name as my son, Nasir, Rahim Allah. So I want to ask you, right? Because again, we all suffer some kind of way from this thing, right? So I want to ask you a series of questions. That's a nightmare for that to happen, period. But even more so when you locked up.
Right.
How did that news, that bad news, impact you when you first got that news, man? When you was locked up.
I mean, you know, it affected me like it affect any other father, any other person, any other mother, brother. You know what I'm saying? It affected me super, you know, emotional, spiritually. Right. You know what I'm saying? It affected me, you know, fucked my bed up. You know what I mean? Like, ain't like I was having fun in jail, but I had a smooth bit.
Right.
So that was a motherfucking major bump in the road. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On getting through my incarceration, through my time,
Right.
you know, without no hiccups. You feel what I'm saying? That's the worst thing you can experience while you're in jail. You know what I'm saying? Losing a son, you know what I'm saying? A brother, a mother, anybody, any deceased. You feel what I'm saying? But
Sure.
alhamdulillah, you know, I was prepared, you know what I'm saying, and spiritually, with faith, you feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, I was, you know, reading the hop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Practicing, and it prepared me for, you know, those type of situations. Even though it hurt, it affected me, things like that. But I ain't, as a human being, but I ain't, you know, lose my mind. You feel what I'm saying? Because I had the rope of Islam, you know what I'm saying, to hold on to. And that was the most important part. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, as a Muslim, you know, we prepare ourselves, you know, for death. You feel what I'm saying? As an individual, you know what I'm saying? But not for the next person. But we all know we're going to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We know every human being going to taste death, period. So I was a little bit prepared for any type of situation like that, but it still had a, you know, an impact and a,
like
yeah,
as
on me.
You know, the Prophet ﷺ said, right? May peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said that, you know, the eyes shall shed tears and the heart shall grieve.
Right.
But don't let that allow you to do something that's disobedient to Allah, right?
Absolutely.
So as human beings, when that happens, we go and feel it. Go and feel that joint. I don't care if it's Teflon tough, dog.
No, you're going to feel it.
That joint.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, I was out there and it messed me around because, like I said, we're a family. I take, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And, you know, it stung me real bad. And, you know, we talked and everything, but I just wanted to know how did that translate to you then, and how did you basically overcome it? Which you explained it. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, you can never overcome losing a son. You know what I'm saying? You just overcome the hurt a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? It don't sting as much. You feel what I'm saying? As it did when it first happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically, it just, you know, coming home, getting to see my family, my other kids and things like that. You know what I'm saying? It make you appreciate them more.
How did it make you look at, you know, what I laid off with the gun violence amongst our youth?
Right.
Did it make you look closer into it, like get
Absolutely.
more concerned about the happenings, and if so?
I mean, I always paid attention to
Right.
that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially after your son got shot. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was, you know, with him every day, dealing with him. You feel what I'm saying? So it amplified it back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before my son passed.
Right.
And, you know, I was a youth before. And I lost homies when I was a young boy.
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I've been shot.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it always was a subject and a matter, you know what I'm saying, a concern
For sure.
to me, you know what I'm saying, as an individual, you know what I'm saying, just as a black person, you know what I'm saying, being, you know, conscious of my environment and where I come from.
Right.
And having to be, you know, more alert, you know what I'm saying, in the communities that we come from, what we call being on point. You know what I'm saying? So I always been on point about that type of situation, not trying to be a casualty. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure my homies on point so they won't be a casualty. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it always been a concern for me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the environment that we come from. We like a motherfucking hundred species out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta, keep your eyes open
Right.
and pay attention to everything that's going on around you.
See, some people, right, Teeth, right? Some people that might be viewing, they be viewers or whatever like that may not have ever experienced, right?
Right.
Our sort of upbringing,
Right.
Coming up in them trenches like that, and the closest they get to it is maybe through music, through internet,
Right.
right? But that's nothing in comparison to growing up
Right.
in the environments we grow up in, right?
Right.
Because it breeds a certain type individual. You feel what I'm saying? And I often wonder, right, when people they see us, guys like us, in front of the camera, on the mics. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do they really understand, right? When all that shut down and you turn that off, what we gotta walk back into,
Right.
and how we gotta live, so to speak.
There's a small percentage that do,
Right.
but there's a huge percentage that don't.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because
it's real, man.
it's definitely real, and a lot of people is removed from these type of environments not because of their own doings. It's because of gentrification.
Right.
They can't even afford to live in them ghettos no more.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Where it was going down at, where it was a high crime rate and things like that. So they better thank gentrification for that.
But let me,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, I'm happy you brought that point up, right? Because let me tell you, as a parent, right, that moved, my kids out of the joint,
Right.
because I didn't want them to get saturated with that life,
Absolutely,
experiences, and I wanted the so-called, not so-called, on real time,
right,
save their lives, so to speak.
yeah.
So I put due diligence into moving my folks out years ago, maybe I'll say 12 years ago, right?
Right.
And where we moved at was, suburb, dummy down vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what's happening now due to the gentrification and people like us, like you said, that say we trying to move from
They go where it's cheaper.
No. Guess what's happening? If a person don't know, I'm gonna put you on right now. What's happening is everybody got the same idea, right?
Right.
So everybody wind up, when you go to these hubs now, they saturated with the hood kids.
They bringing them old behaviors.
There you go.
They bringing them old behaviors.
They bringing that stuff out to them places
right.
now. I'm watching it.
Right.
I done seen the school.
They just changing county jails.
Right.
So instead of going to Philadelphia County Jail, you're going to fucking Montgomery County or Delaware County
That's
Jail.
All. They
you know what I'm saying?
Demographics.
Yeah, but they still got the same behaviors. A lot of the
there
people.
You go. That's my highlighting point.
Yeah.
And what it is now it's like what you do as a parent, you keep getting up, moving.
You might have to.
You get what I'm saying?
You might have to move out this fucking country for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it get that deep.
It really get that deep because at the end of the day, we know you go to a certain country for a Muslim land and all that, they ain't having it.
None of that goof.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be judged according to Sharia laws and laws of that land,
right?
Things like that, which is zero tolerance for all the bull crap that they go for here in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
see, because Sharia law, right?
Yeah.
Unlike this joint, is really a just system.
Absolutely.
Because they play from the rule book from the creator.
Right.
And that's the guidelines. Right. So glad you brought that up. They just executed a guy here.
Right.
Muslim.
Right.
Marcellus was his name. Marcellus Williams. I forget his attribute.
Mm-hmm.
in Missouri, we all know they just executed this man right after they found evidence that DNA didn't match and he didn't really do the crime.
Yeah, he wasn't the assailant.
So they killed a man unjustly in this country.
Right.
That would never go on like that overseas, dog.
No.
You get where I'm coming from?
Right. Absolutely.
That Sharia law, that some of these cats try to paint sometimes as barbaric and it ain't the right thing, and it ain't this and that. What's really more barbaric than injustice to that extent that you take a man's life that was innocent?
Right.
You feel what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That you know what I mean? That don't make sense, man.
No, it don't sit well.
No.
But you know, man, it's the real racism that we still dealing with systematically. Racism and things like that, where it's not physical. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's hidden. You know what I'm saying? Invisible. But it happens. You feel what I'm saying? To us and people that look like us every day. You feel what I'm saying? Because they can't just say it verbally. They can't do it physically by hitting you with the whip and making you be a slave and things like that. So they do it on a higher level where it's happening, but you can't see it. You feel what I'm saying? Until a situation come out like Brother Marcel Williams or a George Floyd type situation, or a lot of innocent guys that's, you know, coming home, you know, from doing 30 and 40 years and things like that.
How about that?
You know what I mean?
It's a deep situation, and something to look into being a black man in America, so to speak.
Absolutely.
I'm going to change the twist around, right? Because you struck something again. Do for self, right? What does do for self represent? What does that represent? Where did it come from? And how is that, how are you translating that in this day and time?
Well, do for self come from different sources of people during different times.
Okay.
One time it came from W.D. Du Bois.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Where he was empowering black people to do for themselves, create their own jobs, create their own hotels, their own farms, you know, and then it went Elijah Muhammad. He took the same method and put it with the nation.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And they amplified it, you know what I'm saying, a little bit bigger than Du Bois.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the people really took it and ran with it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? For, you know, their own personal situation as far as their families and things like that. Right. Like buying their own houses and not being in the projects and things like that, and starting restaurants and their own newspapers and things like that. So it came from those two sources, from me doing my homework and knowing my history and things like that. Right. So where I got it from was my grandfather and them. You know what I'm saying? They was in the nation back in the day. Right. And, you know, that was taught. Yeah, my grandfather, Kenyatta Bay, you know what I'm saying? He had two restaurants, one on Broad and South, steak and take restaurants, and he had one on 24th and Tasker at the corner of the block. You feel what I'm saying? He was
doing for self.
He was doing for self. He was, you know, making sure that he was earning his own buck due to his own, you know, hard labor that he was putting in for himself, for his family. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, they could bear the fruits from his labor. Right. You know what I mean?
You looking up to that.
Right. From my grandfather personally.
You took that gem and ran with it.
Absolutely. And named my company Do for Self, because, you know, I wanted to implement that same message basically.
Independence.
Right, independence, you know what I'm saying, amongst
empowerment,
my peers and the youth and people even older than me. You feel what I'm saying? That don't know about that message or knew about it and forgot about it.
It's a very heavy message.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a very heavy title to carry.
Right.
And it means so much more than the cliche way people take it.
Yeah, they don't really know.
That's why I want you to
That
get
is
in on it.
it's a double entendre.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To that joint, even a triple, you know what I mean?
For sure.
But some people just think that, oh, TV Bay, he's selfish, or he do for self. He don't care about nobody but himself. He want all the money, he want all the fame, he want all the looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't really know that I'm doing this shit for me and you and everybody else. You feel what I'm saying? So we all could, you know, jump on that wave and try to better ourselves and our communities and our families.
Right, right. My introduction, right, to the Bay family, to y'all family, was through my guy, my companion, Kenyatta.
Right.
Kenyatta Jr.
Yeah, my uncle.
Yes, your uncle, right?
Right.
And the moment that I walked in on all y'all, we all got together, it was like I felt the warm, because first of all, the whole family's Muslim.
Right.
It was just like, to me, like home base.
Absolutely.
Because y'all, the cut cloth that I'm used to.
Right.
And we Muslim, and it was
Right.
just a real wholesome, y'all have a real wholesome family, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If the people don't know, real wholesome, real skin tight.
Right.
And people that don't know y'all personally take it the other way.
Right.
But when you dig in, it's really all about what it's supposed to be about, period.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm talking about?
You got some people that only got one brother, one cousin,
Right.
one aunt, one mom.
Right.
They don't really have a big family.
Gotcha.
People don't come from them type of environments. So when I hear people hating on that type of situation,
right.
I basically know what type of person they are already.
They didn't have that.
They ain't had that. They ain't had that experience with, you know, you got your whole family living right next door to each other.
Right.
We got 3 houses on the same block.
Right.
We could sleep in any house. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Go get something to eat out of 3 different homes. Some people barely was having one meal to go home to. Right. We got 3 different houses to go get a meal from.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So that made us tight, made us love our family even more. My aunts, my uncles, my cousins, you know. Them shoes right there, they ain't that bad. I could rock them because your feet didn't grow too fast. Right. Yeah, let me get them Jordans. Let me get them new Jordans. Let me get them new.
Everybody looking out.
Everybody looking out for each other. We could do that because we family. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Even the breastfeeding. Mm-hmm. Like my aunt used to breastfeed my little brother. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, the suckler. Like it's the sooner. You feel me? Like people don't come from that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
They wouldn't understand.
They don't understand it. Yeah.
But basically, in a nutshell, right, it would be preposterous, right, if y'all was doing anything other than what y'all do.
Right.
How y'all move.
Absolutely.
You get where I'm coming from? You know, I grew up with not that big of a family, but not that small of a family, with the same type vibes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of familiar, like just the upbringing about.
Absolutely. Anybody that grew up in them type of situations gonna know the vibes.
For sure.
You know what I mean? It ain't hard to, you know what I mean, to see it. You know what I'm saying? Especially from a guy like yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I see you come from something bigger than yourself.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You could tell that certain cutting that certain experience just by rubbing up against it, right? Yeah. And that's why it's always skin tight. Like I really love y'all dudes. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But my joint is right. We're gonna get into the music a little bit, right? Right. So what is Do4Self presenting these days? What's the move out? What's the new move out? You got any new artists other than yourself?
Yeah.
You got a new project out.
I got a new project, Tears on the Payment. I just dropped that, you know what I mean? it's like all the feelings and things that I was going through while I was in prison,
For sure.
losing my son, you know, coming back out into society, and you know, getting a feel for how society moving today. So that's why I named it Tears on the Payment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, through all my trials and tribulations, you know what I'm saying, it was a little, you know, a little bumpy roads, and then I come back on the streets onto the payment to really see what it's hitting for.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, I got a new artist named Kid Spade.
Kid Speed.
Yeah.
I just heard some fire from
Yeah,
you.
Kid
Just let me
Spade,
hear
nice.
this boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, fire.
Yeah, I got a new producer. His name Maz.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And he fire.
Right,
You know
for
what
sure.
I'm saying?
So,
And then, you know, it's just all about just, you know, creating content.
right,
We're going to shoot some more movies. We're going to do some more series.
for sure.
We're going to put some books out,
Yeah, we gotta get,
more
we gotta
music.
Get that
We're going to do everything.
in. Now,
You know what
listen,
I'm saying?
your project, right?
Yeah.
You got name some of the features you got on there.
I got SKRILLA on there
Right,
from Kensington. You know what I
Right.
mean? He on fire right now. He popping. I got my nephew on there, Brother Chaser.
Right.
That's my sister's son. And I got Kid Spade on there.
fire, right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to overdo it with the features and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because it's your joint.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But a couple dudes, you know, said they got me on some features and stuff
For
like
sure,
that.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Kwani
see,
is one of them.
Yeah.
OT7 Kwani.
OT7 Kwani,
Yeah,
alright.
he said he got me on the verse or whatever.
Right.
Couple other dudes from the town, from the city. You know what I'm
Good money.
saying? They want to lock in and get it. You know what I mean?
And I know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, you're revered in the city. I mean, your name, you know, people, you know,
Yeah.
you respect it.
It's honorable.
Well respected, honorable.
Yeah.
You hold it with honor, you know what I mean?
Ain't no doubt.
So, what's the move out for the project? You got some videos, what you
Yeah,
got?
I dropped one of the vids. I dropped Judges is on YouTube right now. You go, you know, tap in,
Right.
you know, rock with that. I got another one coming out called I See It.
I see it.
And then I got By the Rules. You know what I
Okay.
mean? By the Rules, that's gonna be my last one I drop. That's like a turn up joint. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
ain't wanna come right out with the turn up, you know what I mean,
No.
type vibe. So I came with the, you know, the heartfelt
Right.
type
Yeah,
situations
you
and
just
stuff
come
like
from
that.
that experience, like
Yeah.
you said, you wanted to let that out.
Absolutely.
Then you go ahead and party a little.
Yeah, I
bit.
go ahead and turn up. You know what I
You
mean?
feel me?
Yeah.
So look for that. Make sure y'all get that, download that.
Yeah, it's everywhere,
That
man.
Tears on the
Spotify,
Pavement.
Apple Music, Deezer, Pandora, Amazon Music. It's everywhere. You can find that.
Now we did a joint. You just mentioned movies, miniseries.
Yeah.
Did a joint Liddy City. We did that in Conglomerate, right?
Right.
I want to ask you, what's the plan with Liddy City? Do you want to make it a bigger situation? You want to make it a mini series? How are we gonna move with that?
Yeah, I want to definitely tap back into the Liddy City experiment that we were doing.
Right.
Experience, not experiment.
Right.
Experience that we done. I think it was fun.
It was
thought
fun.
It was before our time.
For
You feel what
sure.
I'm saying? Now that we got got that under our belt, got the experience with it, you know what I'm saying? I think that it could be better, it could be bigger.
Take it to another
Take
level.
it to another level, and you know, just try to get some money off that motherfucker.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Try to bring them bucks in.
If anybody ain't see it, it's still streaming on YouTube.
Yeah,
The
it's
numbers is up too. Go
Yeah.
see that. It's a mini film, and it's real heavy. It's
Yeah.
crazy because we kind of captured a long film storyline
Right.
in a short film.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of genius in itself.
Absolutely.
How
Yeah.
that went off.
Yeah.
That was heavy.
Yeah, we did it. We did a nice
did
job
that.
with that joint, man. Shout out to Matt Cannon.
Matt Cannon.
Shout out to Kareem the Dream.
Kareem the Dream.
Shout out to the twins.
Twins. Everybody
Everybody that was in the joint, Nizzy.
Mizzy, my little cousin.
Yeah, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? We had a hell of a
pulled it
time.
off.
And everybody, you know, still excited. and want to do, you know what I'm saying,
More.
do more with that.
And we
You know what
got
I'm saying?
everybody on deck too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring them up and do a podcast
Yeah.
till we come back. We do a whole Liddy City
Yeah, that's gonna be
podcast.
dope.
You feel
Yeah.
me?
And shout out Matt Cannon. Matt Cannon doing big things right now.
Yeah,
He just
Matt
shot Meek new video.
The new one,
Yeah,
right?
Cybertruck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Matt Cannon. That's the one who shot Liddy
Yeah.
City for us. That's your guy.
Yeah, we started out with Matt Cannon, you know, doing videos and stuff like that. Now Matt Cannon blew up. Shout out Dougie on the beat. That was one of my producers. He blew up.
Right.
He did beats for Meek Mill. He did stuff for Ross, Lil Durk, G Herbo.
Right.
You know what I mean? Davies.
Dougie. That's all
Yeah.
come from under the umbrella Do4Self
That do for
umbrella
self.
too,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? So it's an independent movement. You feel what I'm saying? Out of Philadelphia that tasted success.
Are you looking to sign new artists as we speak?
Not too many,
Right.
but if it works, yes.
Right. And
You know
if
what I'm saying?
they really got the full package.
Yeah, they got the full package. They ready. They want it more than I want it, because sometimes I got the habit of wanting it more than them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But if they want it more than me, then yes. You know what I'm saying? Come over to
Still
Do4Self.
looking for that.
We still got the
that
studio
talent.
open. You know what I'm saying? We still running, you know, plays out of that joint.
But come with the right.
Come
you know
with the
what I mean,
right shit.
mindset.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I don't normally get into this type, you know, my platform, and I'm not gonna get into it, right? But it's imperative that I make mention of one thing because it's relevant right now, right? And we ain't gonna get into, you know, me on the goofy stuff, but I'm gonna make mention of it, right?
Yeah.
The guy Quilly,
Yeah.
right? The rapper Quilly
Yeah.
just posted a joint. He seemed like he was somewhere secluded.
Right.
No, it seemed like it was echo when he was in a room somewhere
Yeah.
filming, you know, what he do, the trolling thing, and he was naming a lot of names.
Right.
And you were one of them.
Yeah.
And so this the angle I want to go. This trolling thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that to be taken serious? Is it to be taken comedic?
Right.
Like, how do we really take that? Especially if I was a guy in your shoes and somebody, and your name was mentioned, so to speak. How do you take this from these guys? Because the way I look at it is somewhat comedic to me.
Right.
So I wouldn't take it serious.
Well,
but is that the approach for everybody? How does that trolling thing go?
I mean, trolling could be trolling in a fun way, but then sometimes it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen the demise of many artists, you know what I'm saying, that was trolling that got killed. You feel what I'm saying?
So it can get real serious.
It could get super serious.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Depending on the circumstance.
Depending on the circumstance, the level of disrespect.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Things like that. But it can be taken in a joking matter.
Right.
But sometimes people go too far with their situation with trolling.
Right.
Because they start becoming addicted. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So becoming addicted to anything, you know what I'm saying, can hurt you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? On a personal aspect.
So is entertainment intended by it? That's what I'm asking.
Not all the time. Sometimes it is, and majority of the times it's not.
Majority of the time is real shots.
Majority of the time is just a hating ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hating on another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he feel threatened by his status or who he are or
so what I think
like
I'm saying is why put that in front of everybody on the camera, love and mic love.
Because niggas be suckers on the low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line.
Right.
Like you just a weirdo and you just looking for attention, you fiending to try to keep your name relevant or try to stay popular.
So they do use it to account for something they
for a like in the stream.
There we go. That's what I'm saying.
They do it for likes and streams. They think people won't think that they popping and they somebody when they really ain't nobody.
For sure.
Majority of the time.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So they looking for what?
Attention.
If
it's negative.
Recognition.
Right.
All that type shit because they don't get it
On
without the
regular,
camera.
just being them.
Yeah, just going outside their door. Nobody saying hello. How you doing? How was your day?
Right. They don't
You feel what
get it.
I'm saying? They don't get that.
So they fiending for attention.
Yeah, they fiending for attention. They can walk out their door. People look at them like they a piece of shit.
For sure.
You know what I mean? They don't get it.
Yeah, because I know, I'm glad you shedding light on it, but I know that it's not something that a regular or thorough dude would engage in.
Right.
You get me?
Nah, hell
and
no.
one more, which brings me to one more, then we're going to close, right? The Whack 100 platform. Do we own part of that Clubhouse platform?
I think so.
Okay. The Clubhouse platform, right?
Right.
And I ain't shooting at nobody, but I'm putting something out there in the ether that was always on the back of my mind, right? It sort of behooves me, right, to see or to listen to a bunch of men on a phone call, going back and forth with each other. That ain't the kind of stuff I'm used to, or that I knew that men did,
right,
so to speak. So my question is that platform entertainment based too? Is that why they do that? Because other than that, what other reason would people get on a platform, men, going back and forth like they do as men, and we know the rule book for men,
right,
from coming up, you know what I mean? What's to that? Is it for the likes and shit like you saying too?
We know we in 2024 and the rule book has changed a little bit.
It's changed a little bit.
You feel what I'm saying? So
no,
they don't live up to those same standards. People don't live up to the same standards as back in the day no more. You feel what I'm saying? But they still try to keep that same demeanor from back in the day.
Gotcha.
So if you're going to change with today's time, you can't still act like you on back in the daytime.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right, for sure.
So that's my whole thing with that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's basically space for that based on the change of times.
Right, on the change of times and the change of people. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. Because people do change.
Because I watch that and I look at that as saying, well, damn, you know, like guys go heavy.
It's not my cup of tea all the way. You feel what I'm saying? But I have been on there.
No, when you was
like
on
one
there,
time.
when you was on there, right? I called you, and I commended you because I don't really be on the joint. I only really tapped in because I knew, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I commended you on how you carried it. Remember? Because I said you carried it the right way.
Absolutely.
Because you don't see a lot of guys get on there and carry it like that.
Not
Held
at
it
all.
all the way down.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But that's what I think that element is needed a lot of times to break up that other crap.
Right.
Because
you ain't gonna always get that though.
Because a joker, the way I be hearing them guys going back and forth, joker get hurt off in that lane too.
It's all trolling. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
It's never worth it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody losing their life or getting hurt behind something on a social media app.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying? It's never worth it. Sure. So my whole thing with that shit is like, if you're gonna be a guy that's trolling, don't try to act like you a real motherfucker, a real nigga. Right. You feel what I'm saying? In the same breath, just be a troll. And live it and own it and you know, accept everything that come with it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that's my whole take with it. And some people, like a Whack 100, he committed to being a troll and he willing to accept everything that come with it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. It's cool. Now, if you had to tell a youth in closing, right? If you had to tell the Gen Z youth, this young generation, that's up and coming, your youngins, something positive, a jewel, something that they could take and put in their pocket and carry with them for the rest of their life, and it'll make their life better.
Right.
And they, you know what I mean? What would you tell it, the youth, man?
I mean, I would tell them like I would want somebody to tell me, basically, you know, don't put the cart before the horse. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you put the cart before the horse, you're going nowhere. If you put the horse in front of the cart, you can go miles. You're gonna pull it. You're gonna pull tons. You feel what I'm saying? And you can go a long way like that. Don't be in your own way. You feel what I'm saying? Like the old head on Bronx Tales, he said it. Don't be a waste of talent.
Right.
And I always took that as don't be a piece of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Always be honorable, stand up, you know what I'm saying, and have the best of character.
Y'all heard this from Teefy Bay.
Absolutely.
We heard from Teefy Bay today, man. I appreciate you coming, my guy.
I already know shit.
You hear me?
Hell yeah.
Medical feet, man. We signing off, man. We, To The Point got another one.
You already know.
What's up?
Bob Sobino off the Casamigo. 29.5 skybox watching the Eagles. I stay away from crowds, I ain't too fond of people. That way I'm the